We're diving into something absolutely fascinating today. Stuff that most men go their entire lives without ever being told. Look, there's a very high chance you've been misreading female attraction this whole time. And here's the thing. It is not because you aren't smart, and it's definitely not because you don't pay attention. It's simply because these signs are incredibly subtle, and, well, nobody ever really points them out to us. So today we're decoding the subtle signs of female attraction based on our source material and discovering insights that might literally transform how you view every single interaction you have moving forward.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room and just felt like a ghost? Like nobody even saw you? Or maybe you've been sitting at home replaying a conversation in your head wondering, was she actually interested? Or am I just making this all up? I really want to validate that painful, lingering feeling of being unseen. It is so common, especially for guys entering their 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's a heavy feeling, right? But let's just take a deep breath and let that go. That's our first step today, because what we're about to uncover might completely flip how you view all those past interactions.
Okay, let's get right into this fundamental disconnect. The sources highlight that male attraction works basically like a direct, straight line. It's like a sudden light switch, right? You see someone you like and your brain instantly goes, yep, I want to talk to her. But female attraction, totally different. That is deeply rooted in awareness and safety. It's a much slower, gradual process of feeling out your energy. She watches, she positions herself, she sends these tiny little hints. If you're just standing there waiting for her to walk right up and chase you down, you're playing a game that honestly wasn't built to work that way.
All right, so phase one, the physical and subtle signs. Recognizing these really starts with a very calm, grounded awareness. We're going to kick things off with the first and probably most common indicator, the prolonged gaze. Picture this. You're at a coffee shop, or maybe a meeting. Your eyes meet hers, but instead of darting away quickly, she holds your gaze for just one extra second. That tiny, still moment, that crucial extra second of eye contact, science actually tells us that it makes hearts beat a little faster and creates a real sense of closeness. It means she has truly registered who you are.
Now here is the part most guys completely miss. It's when she looks back. A woman's second look is literally never an accident. The sources point out that the second look is essentially a quiet, brave question. She's asking, did you see me too? The first look is just curiosity, sure, but that second look, that is bravery. And displaying confidence in this moment is simply about answering that brave question with a steady, calm gaze and a soft smile.
Which brings us to the second sign on our list, the proximity magnet. Attractive men just have this natural way of pulling people toward them. She might sort of drift into a group you're already talking to, or she'll pick the seat right next to you in a room that's practically empty. The source material shares this amazing story about a guy in his early 60s. He felt totally invisible. Yet at his favorite local spot, the exact same woman sat right next to him 3 times in a row. He just falsely assumed it was a coincidence, but it wasn't. She was purposely putting herself in his path, making it as easy as possible for him to strike up a conversation.
Next up, we have the halo effect. Have you ever noticed that when you start talking, the side conversations in the room kind of quiet down and people naturally turn to face you? When we think someone is special, we instinctively give them our attention. We genuinely want to hear what they have to say. And what's really fascinating here is that as you age, your voice naturally carries more weight. You absolutely do not need to be the loudest guy in the room anymore. Instead of shouting to be heard over everyone, try speaking a bit slower, maybe letting your voice drop a little deeper, and pausing more. Let that silence do the heavy lifting and pull people in.
And this deep sense of safety naturally leads to our next sign, mirroring. This is a subtle, completely biological response that shows someone feels safe around you. Our bodies are incredibly smart. When a woman feels at peace, she will subconsciously start matching your movements. If you lean back in your chair, she leans back. If you take a sip of water, a few moments later, she does too. It is like this beautiful, wordless dance of safety and peace. And remember, feeling safe is the absolute most important foundational step before a woman can feel any real attraction.
All right, moving into phase 2 of these signs, we hit a moment that often creates a massive internal shift for guys. It's the 5th sign, receiving a compliment like, I really like your energy, or I just feel very comfortable around you. When you reach this stage, she isn't just saying you look nice on a surface level. No, she is complimenting your core presence. She is basically saying that her heart and her mind can fully relax when you are around. This is a very strong, deep pull that goes way, way beyond the clothes you're wearing or how you styled your hair that day.
To really ground this concept, our source material shares a wonderful little anecdote about a quiet widower in his late 50s.
Now, this guy didn't try to be flashy at all. He didn't feel like he had to talk every single second or constantly try to impress the room, but women constantly told him how incredibly easy he was to talk to. He honestly thought they were just being polite, but the truth is, his calm, attentive listening made him feel like solid ground to the women around him. That calm, steady way of being, that is exactly what made him undeniably attractive.
Now, what's really fascinating about this next one, catching stares from across the room, is the actual biology behind it. As humans, we naturally scan our environments to see who the important people are. We are subconsciously looking for leaders who project good, calm energy. So it's really not about having a perfect physique, it's entirely about how you carry yourself. Next time you walk into a room, try this. Keep your chin up, put your phone away, and walk slowly with relaxed shoulders. You will be absolutely amazed at how many people start tracking you with their eyes.
Interestingly enough, this energy also extends to how other men treat you. And trust me, women are keenly observing this dynamic. If other men treat you with respect, like asking for your opinions or looking to you to take the lead, you are instantly seen as a good, solid man. On the flip side, if they feel competition, maybe they're trying to show off or act bigger when you're around, you're seen as a strong rival. In both scenarios, it clearly signals that you have value. True high-value confidence never, ever has to shout to be recognized. The women in the room are going to pick up on this automatically.
Then we have the 8th sign. It's when you hear comments like, "I cannot believe you are still single," or, "Oh, you probably say that to everyone." These early comments are a direct reaction to your abundance energy. What is that? It's the quiet patience of a man who simply isn't acting desperate. Desperation looks like double texting or constantly over-explaining yourself. Abundance energy feels calm, it feels patient. If she gets the vibe that you are completely okay whether she picks you or not, she will inherently see you as far more valuable.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is why we miss these signs in the first place. As men, we are largely conditioned to look for a definitive score in a game, right? Did she say yes? Did she text back? We are constantly waiting for these loud, undeniable fireworks to go off. But real attraction isn't about fireworks. It's a quiet, under-the-surface flow. If you're only ever looking for the big, obvious, flashy moves, you are going to completely miss the subtle, quiet river of genuine attraction that is quite literally flowing all around you.
The source shares a highly relatable story here about a man named Daniel. Daniel was 64, divorced for 7 years, and honestly, he felt like a background character in his own life. Yet, the women at his gym were always choosing the treadmill right next to him. The barista at his coffee shop always remembered his name and would physically lean in to talk to him. And Daniel? He completely ignored all of it. Because no one came out and loudly declared their love for him with a megaphone, he just assumed he was invisible, totally missing the subtle evidence right in front of his face.
And why did Daniel miss his own magnetic pull? One simple concept: confirmation bias. If you do not feel attractive on the inside, your brain will literally hide the external signs of attraction from you. You are only going to see what you already believe. Because Daniel had low self-esteem, his brain actively filtered out all those positive indicators. This just proves that the real work to be done here isn't about memorizing cheesy pickup lines. The work is entirely internal. So how do we actually go about fixing this internal filter? Well, the source outlines 3 specific, actionable exercises to cultivate that authentic presence. First, the evidence journal. At the end of the day, just write down one good interaction you had, and do not overanalyze it. Second, the 4-4-6 breathing technique. Do this right before walking into a room. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. This instantly signals safety to your nervous system. And third, past reflection. Consciously remember times when someone clearly liked you and recognize just how relaxed and authentic you were being back then.
Doing this internal work leads to a massive, master psychological shift. You have to pivot from constantly asking, "Oh man, I hope she likes me," to asking yourself, "Wait, is she the kind of person I actually want to be around?" Making this shift completely removes the desperation from your vibe. It solidifies your energy. When you have your own standards and you're the one making the choices, your energy becomes solid ground. It naturally pulls people towards you without you ever having to do any chasing.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. Attraction works like a slow river. It's quiet, it's slow, and man, is it strong right under the surface. Being attractive isn't some prize you go out and catch. It's something you cultivate and carry inside of you. So I want to leave you with one final provocative question based on everything we've unpacked in this explainer today. If you truly, deeply believed in your internal value, not just your looks, but your energy, how differently would you walk into a room tomorrow? Keep being steady, keep being calm. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.